Hi everyone, I'm back. It's me, Alex, in case you've forgotten my name. I know it's been a minute. It's been a while. It's been 3 years since my last video.
One eternity later.
And you're probably wondering what I've been up to. And I'm gonna be honest, not much. When I started making YouTube videos, that was during COVID. And I was working part-time, so I was just making videos and I was actively uploading. Sorry, allergies, I think. But then I got a full-time role, and then I just didn't have as much time to record and edit. And let me tell y'all, editing takes so many hours, especially because the way that I was editing was really manual. And after a while, it just kind of became a chore. Even though it was something I did enjoy doing, I just couldn't find the time to do it. Here I am, though, back, because I miss doing this. I have better setup to make this a lot easier on myself. I have a mic right here. I have this camera right here. I have these. So today, what I wanted to do was something chill, something casual to like ease us back in. And let's just watch some Bridgerton. If you haven't seen Bridgerton, it is a Netflix original series created by Shonda Rhimes, who also created Grey's Anatomy, among other, popular shows. The show itself is kind of about a bunch of high-class people in a social season where they have to find matches, like they're trying to get matched up and get married off. So you basically come out for the season and start going on the prowl, getting on the hunt, In this first season, we're primarily focused on one of the daughters in the Bridgerton family, and she's trying to find her match. But I don't care about that. We're only going to watch the harp scenes, okay? There might be spoilers if you haven't seen it, so that's my warning to you. Stop watching if you don't want me to spoil it for you. Keep watching if you want me to spoil it for you. One of the things that I did want to point out is I actually found out that the harpist who recorded and who you hear in the background music, her name is Lara Somogyi. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but she's actually a Los Angeles-based harpist, and she recorded all of her sessions from her home and was never on screen. So they actually put other people on screen, but her harp playing is what we hear in the soundtracks. She's got quite a track record, I'll say that. She's been featured on like Hans Zimmer's scores. She's performed, and honestly, I'm kind of digging this photo. Alright, so let's get into the first scene here. This is Lady Featherington, and then her daughters in the background. They're just kind of entertaining somebody here. But there's a harp in the background.
Specifying that I shall only have 3 young ladies under my care this year.
No, Penelope. You may wish to listen to her, my lady. Shepherding 4 young ladies through these endless rounds of affairs at the same time.
I like this scene, mostly because it's rare. We don't really see the other families have harpists in the background when they're having their little socializing. This is the first time we see it, but also the only time we see it. So it kind of makes me think the Featheringtons are here to show up, here to show out. And they hired a harpist just for this little thing. So it's very power move. I don't know. I'm looking at the shot again. I actually think this is a real harpist because they kind of mentioned that there were a couple of harpists on screen, and I believe this is one of the harpists on screen. Why? Because she looks like she knows what she's doing. Even just looking at her hand positioning, this looks like a real harpist. And this is a really beautiful harp. Really, really pretty. Let's zoom in here. Shall we? Oh, sorry. Yeah, I like it. Good choice. Alright, this is quite a scene. You can immediately see we have the harp in the background here. So let's see what happens. I like that the harp kind of looks like it's just part of the background, like it's part of a painting. Watch that harpist in the back. Now tell me why he's not a real harpist. Not really how you play the harp. Second thing, where is he sitting? Is Is he sitting on the right side of the harp?
No, God!
He's not. He's on the wrong side of the harp. Let's see what happens if I flip it. No, he's still on the wrong side of the harp. Sorry, man. You don't sit with the harp leaning over your left side, your left shoulder. You sit with it over your right. Okay? And now if you're wondering, Alex, aren't some people left-handed? Yeah, they are, okay? But this isn't like a guitar. It doesn't matter if you're right or left-handed. You always sit with the harp leaning over your right shoulder and not your left. They said there were harpists on screen for Bridgerton season 1. This man was not one of them. I can tell you that for sure. Just cracked me up. I think we're in the same party, you know? We are in the same party, we can kind of see. But they swapped out the person in the back for somebody else, and he is playing lively. Here, let's zoom in. I'll zoom in for y'all. See, that man is getting down. He's like bobbing his head. Let's move on to episode 7, where we see the last harp I think we see in this season. This is fun. We get like an orchestra, so it makes sense to have a harp here. So I think she is the same harpist we saw in the Featheringtons' house. This looks like the same harp, and that looked like the same gal, but we'll keep watching. Yeah. That's her. That's definitely her. Real harpist. There's a lot of intense staring going on right now. Everyone just looks kind of pissed off in this scene, but we did get to see that harp, and it's cool that they brought that same harpist back. I think we really only saw like 3 different harpists, maybe 2 harpists, because the one was a fraud. Let's go see season 2. The second season is focused on the oldest son of the family, and now he's got to go out and find his match. So let's see what he's up to.
Harp is a wonderful instrument, my lord, teaching one patience, strength, and an appreciation for beauty, of course.
Do you read?
Books.
Anthony doesn't care that she plays the harp. He really needs a woman who's literate. If you're a harpist and you're single, maybe you should consider reading a book. And maybe that'll help you in your dating life. Ugh, can I just say the dresses and stuff are so pretty. Like, what a beautiful bowl. Why don't we have these anymore? She's like playing, but you know, obviously it's not to the soundtrack. And they got her in a wig. Oh, actually all the musicians are in wigs. When will you wear wigs?
When will you wear wigs?
Gorgeous. I really love that they have the harpist right kind of in the center here. I say that about every one of them, but I don't know. It's pretty, isn't it? That is a real harpist, by the way. I can just tell by the way she's holding the harp, looking at the harp, sitting at the harp. She looks like a professional.
Where's the Viscount going?
Just right here. Oh, I'm in the way. Sorry. Gorgeous, right? Look at all that.
What did you say?
10 out of 10 use of the harp here, because I love a harp at a party. We're about to see another scene of the harp at a wedding. Ooh, boom, right here.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered together here.
The harp in this episode is mostly used for decor. No one's playing it, really. Someone's sitting at it here in this scene, but it's mostly for decor. They're back at the church after it's all been cleared out, and we see the harp again.
To be fulfilled.
Just in the background here. And then they bring it back again. Boom. Eggs. Back again. Let's go. Continuity. How many times do we need to see this harp? One more time. Right there. we're good on harps for that episode. A lot of the harping we're gonna see in this episode is all party harping. Party harping is a term. It's mostly because they're just dancing, so we're just gonna see the harp at this party. Specifically to Wrecking Ball, an arrangement of Wrecking Ball by Miley Cyrus. Oh my god, okay, they brought the wigs back, the lady in the wig back, and she's definitely playing the harp. I don't know what she's playing, it's not this.
What a scandal.
You know, I like that they're on this turntable thing. It's like looking at my food in the microwave. I am afraid that that would give me motion sickness if you put me on a little spinny thing while I played. Oh my god, I'd probably throw up. Okay, we get a closer look at the harp and the harpist. Here she is in all of her wig glory. She's got music here. I don't know what she's playing. I like the close-up of the harp here. This is nice to see. Look, she's sitting on the right side of the harp. I don't know why they put that man sitting the wrong way when this entire time all the harpists have been sitting the right way.
The one was a fraud.
That was all for season 1 and season 2. I like watching Bridgerton with you all. I hope you enjoyed it as much as me. Thank you so much for watching. If there's anything you want me to look at, anything you want to watch together, throw it in the comments. And until then, I will see you a lot sooner than in 3 years. Okay? Okay.
Oh my god, I'd probably throw up.